Welcome back to Earth Station Trek, a show where we trek from the early days on NBC to the future on Paramount Plus and everywhere in between. I'm Charles Kelso, and it's my privilege to introduce the Earth Station Trek crew. Alan Seiler.
Is it just me? Am I the whole crew?
And Veronica Dashel.
Me.
Yay!
Hi.
Well, welcome back, Alan.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I unfortunately missed a couple of weeks, but here we are.
Yeah. So, since we're going to do a lot of news today, and Keith isn't here for This Week in Trek, we thought we would do, what are we calling this segment? What are we trekking this week?
That's the only thing I could come up with.
What treks have we trekked?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's talk about some what notable Star Trek experiences we've had in the last week. And Alan, this is your idea, so you want to kick it off?
The reason I thought of it, not only is it because we don't have any news or history going in this week, but because I wanted an opportunity to talk about having just rewatched the premiere of Voyager,
Okay.
which I haven't really watched in a long time.
Mm.
And I really enjoyed it. Like, it was much better than I remember it being. And there was a couple of notable things about it that I don't think that I'd ever really noticed before. The first one is it was really Paris heavy.
Okay.
Like, the whole thing was basically Tom Paris's story.
Right.
Like, it focused on him more than it did even the new captain that we're being introduced to. I mean, you get little things also, like the Maquis story and integrating the Maquis crew into the Starfleet crew and all that stuff. But the whole thing is about Tom Paris, about him being brought in on this special mission, about how other people react to him when they first see him, because everybody seems to have a beef with this guy. But it was really, I really enjoyed it. I'd kind of forgotten some of the storyline. I thought the Ocampa situation was really good, and I liked the whole mystery of B'Elanna and Harry being sort of kidnapped and being held in this like pure white medical facility, and you don't know what's going on. And I thought that was really cool. The other thing is, I don't think I'd ever noticed before, because I haven't seen it in so long. It really stands out now that how many times they say Indian instead of Native American. And that sounds so weird now.
Right. Yeah.
And you're just like, this was early 90s. I mean, surely we had
mid 90s,
Well,
wasn't it? Like
it would have been 95, so it would have been 30 years ago.
95. That's
Yeah.
right, 95. And surely by then, Native American was a thing.
Right.
And that just
Especially
seems
with a Native American consultant.
right. And it just seems so jarring to hear them say, isn't this an Indian custom? Or I was like, that's just rude. But the introduction of Neelix and Kes was really good. And I really, really enjoyed it. I don't think I'd ever enjoyed it as much when I'd seen it before, but I really did this time.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, my thing was also a Star Trek episode I'd not seen in a long time that I really enjoyed. Well, maybe really enjoyed is an exaggeration, but it was The Emperor's New Cloak, which I believe was the last of the Mirror Universe episodes on DS9. And the Mirror Universe episodes on DS9 can be pretty hit and miss.
That's true.
And declining in quality sort of as they go along. And in this one, the adventure is Quark and Rom in the Mirror Universe. And so the whole thing's pretty goofy, right?
I forgot about that
one.
But
there's a running gag in the episode that I had kind of forgotten about, which was Rom trying to make sense of the Mirror Universe. Which I was watching it, I was just like, this is the best part of the episode. But also, like, they should reissue all of the Mirror Universe episodes in like a box set with a Rom voiceover. With Rom trying to make sense of the Mirror Universe as it goes along. And that would make it so much more enjoyable. But the episode itself is not great. But I really did enjoy Rom in particular and his little there's confusion over how the Mirror Universe works.
Two
I
things.
have no memory of that episode.
Oh, wow. Two things. Rom is frequently the best part of an episode.
Right?
Yes.
But also, do you remember those box sets that they released about 20 years ago, the fan collections?
Yeah.
Where it was a themed box set where they had episodes from all the series at that point that were on whatever theme it was, the Borg or the Klingons or whatever.
We have some of them.
Oh, I have them. I love those sets.
Yeah.
And that would be a perfect reissue. There was a Mirror Universe one, I think. And that would be a great reissue one.
Or even just like a special thing for Paramount Plus, just added content. And I would watch all those episodes again just for Max Grodenchik doing his ROM shtick, explaining how the Mirror Universe works.
God, that would be amazing.
A
Holy
Ferengi
cow.
box set.
All right, Veronica, what do you got?
Okay, so we went to the Book Nook Indicator recently, and of course we sat down at the Deep Space Nine section, and naturally I reorganized the Star Trek section to have all of the TNG together with numerical, and all the Deep Space Nine together numerical, because they were just all over the place, because I have to. But also, one of my favorite authors as a kid was John Peel, and I found 2 Star Trek books by John Peel. One of them is Deep Space Nine Objective Bajor, and TNG The Death of Princes, which has the lights shining on it. Anyways, so yeah.
Nice.
that was my This Week in Trek.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So we have we have 2 comments. One is from Matt Sweatman, who says it's EST time. You know it. And then the other one, this might be somebody that you're familiar with. It's under the account Monkeying Around.
Hi, Elaine.
A podcast about the monkeys. And she says, we've been rather Trek light for the last week. Just 1 episode of DS9 and us. So
hey,
I'm glad we're included in your Trek experience.
I mean, that's all you really need. DS9 and Earth Station Trek.
Yep.
You got it covered.
Exactly. All the best Trek.
That's right. All right. Well, this week we were going to talk about the news and sneak peeks and things that we got out of New York Comic-Con this year. And they had quite a bit of stuff. And I was home alone that day because Veronica was gone and my daughter didn't come over. And so I spent the whole day just watching the panel and watching. They did a thing on the panel where when they cut to a video, it would just be like a hold screen because they didn't want to have it on their live stream.
Yeah.
But then like I would refresh YouTube until they uploaded it. So I was all over it that day, but it was a lot of fun.
Wow.
I missed all the excitement.
Well, they had panelists from Strange New Worlds and from Starfleet Academy, both of which were fun. And they had a nice little sneak peek of the debut episode of Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
And I would say this excited me more than the sneak peek we got last time. Remember the Vulcan one?
I do. Yes. Oh, this is so much better.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have read the room and they're like, course correction. And they gave us exactly the kind of thing that will make us want to watch more of this show.
Right. And I mean, one of the things that jumped out at me before they even got to the fact that they're going to go to a Strange New World, which they made a big point of at the end of the clip. But Pike was, I felt, in better form. Yes. Pike was back to being Pike. He was
being a captain again,
making command decisions, and he was present, and he seemed engaged. And that was something that we struggled with over the course of the previous season or 2.
Yes.
So it seems like they're aware, or at least they came to the same conclusions of season 3 that a lot of us had.
Right.
Because then you had that, like Pike even says at the end to Una, so you've been saying you want a mission on a Strange New World. Well, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it must be
directly at the camera.
Right.
I think it must be them coming to the same conclusion, because this stuff would have been written long before we saw the season 3 episodes, and they would have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something else that jumped out at me was the camera work in it. And well, we commented on the past about the spinning around the cameras and things like that. But there was times on Discovery, for instance, where I felt like the camera was just spinning around the room, as like there's just characters standing there talking, and the camera is sort of unmotivated, as if the director got bored and felt like they had to spice it up. This, I felt like, we had the sort of the spinning of the camera as if the ship is spinning. But I thought it was more effective because they're going into this sort of maelstrom, or like Strange New Worlds, they always have like the what's it, the CGI what's it of the week, where they find some CGI thing in space, and this starts off very much in that way. But as the ship is sort of spiraling into it, the camera is doing these sort of dynamic spins.
Yeah,
I thought
they wouldn't feel that inside. They have inertial dampeners.
Well, they didn't feel it, but we weren't in the ship, so we felt it. But I thought this worked better. What did you think? Because you've been very critical as well about the spinning camera.
Yeah, I didn't like the spinning camera.
Okay. Even this time.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, so I get what you were saying there, and I hate it less.
Okay.
But I still hate it because staring at it, I was getting dizzy.
Okay.
Camera should never spin.
Well, what did you think of the clip, Alan?
Oh, I loved it.
Mhm.
I felt like, and I wish we had gotten an actual trailer instead of just that opening scene. I'm assuming that's the opening scene of the episode,
Yeah.
but I really enjoyed it, and it just felt like. But here's the problem: it felt like it was a more serious tone than what we got most of this past season. But that tone could just be that one scene or that first episode.
Right.
You know, we might not get anything like that again for the rest of the season. Who knows?
Right.
Well,
Well,
I feel like this at least like starts us off in the right way.
Yeah, I mentioned this a week or two ago, but there was Akiva Goldsman or someone had a big quote recently that season 4 is more serious, and that
I know.
headline was running.
Episode.
That headline was running across the internet, but the only image we have of season 4 is of the puppet. So it was the image of the puppet with the headline "Season 4 More Serious" with a picture of Puppet Pike.
I feel like that's.
Which it may still be true, but it was just the juxtaposition of that was funny to me.
Our friend Elaine chimes in and concurs by saying, "I get dizzy with spinning camera work too, but I can appreciate it for what it's trying to show."
Awesome.
I will say there was one at the beginning of, like, in the second episode of Discovery season 3 that I thought was really effective, because after the ship crash lands and the camera does this it's just more of a pivot than it was a spin, but it kind of did this pivoty thing and focused in on, I think it was Detmer. Oh, it was so real. I loved it. That was a great shot.
Yeah,
But
they did that
generally speaking.
Yeah, they did that sort of thing when Michael Burnham landed in the future as well, using the camera to show like her disorientation and things like that.
See, and I didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, for me, it just, if it's motivated by the action on the screen and it's enhancing the story, great. If there's two characters sitting in the conference room having a conversation and the camera's just
moving around,
right, and it's like, did Frakes get bored? Like, what's going on?
It's almost like they're afraid to have
move either. Frakes rarely does that. I think he did that once.
It's almost like they're afraid to show people sitting at a table talking.
Right.
Yes.
Which really is foundational in Star Trek, but they're like, people aren't moving, so the camera has to to compensate.
Yeah.
Unnecessary people.
Yeah, but I thought this was a good tease for season 4, and it jazzed me up. They teased an adventure on a strange new world. That's right up my alley. I've been talking about that the entire season, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah, totally. I'm really looking forward to seeing everything that they've got in store for us, but anything that they have that's on a more serious level. But also, I want something sci-fi-ish.
Right.
I don't want, and I know what we're going to get, but I would rather have the sci-fi element not be in support of character moments. I want a sci-fi story. Anyway,
who do you think Spock's going to date this year? Is it going to be La'an again, or is he going to move on?
I think he's going to get La'an for at least the first half.
Maybe Mitchell.
That's how Chapel went. Is there was kind of a thing like midway through.
Okay.
And then this one they like kind of teased it throughout the entire season. Then it happened at the end of the season. And then Chapel like happened at the end of season 1 where they kind of, I don't know.
You know why? They're totally on and off.
Nice.
I will say Christina Chong and Ethan Peck have really good chemistry. Much better than he and
T'Pring.
No. Well, also yes, but I'm forgetting Chapel's real name, but that's who I'm talking about.
Jess Bush.
Yes. I think those two have better chemistry.
Yeah, that makes sense. Matt says, "Nice dad joke, Alan."
Well, let's move over to Starfleet Academy. And before we get into the trailer, and I got a bunch of screen caps from the trailer that we can look at in more detail.
Yes.
But there was also an announcement of a cast member who is playing the digital dean of students at Starfleet Academy. And they had that cast member come on and do a special video presentation. And it was Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
Were you expecting Stephen Colbert?
I never expect Stephen Colbert.
I think that's his whole thing.
Yeah. When they said this is someone special and they went to the video and it blacked out, and I was totally thinking it's gonna be somebody from old Star Trek again.
Right.
Brent Spiner or something. You know, like there's gonna be something like that. But it wasn't. It was Stephen Colbert, which was a surprise. What do you think about Stephen Colbert voicing a character in Star Trek?
I think it's great. He's got an excellent voice. I think he's gonna, and they show it. I guess they played a little clip with him doing the voice, and it sounds fine. Somebody, I don't remember who it was, talked about it being stunt casting, and I don't see how it real. Was it?
I think that was me.
Do you not like this?
I'm not. I mean, I don't dislike it. But it is hiring a celebrity who's a comedian. He's not known for being an actor. Kind of like the Melvin Belly or who was it in? Now I just blanked on her name. Stacey Abrams. People like that who are not, they're Star Trek fans, but not really known for this. And it's, to me, this is less distracting because it's a voiceover than if Stephen Colbert just jumped out, or if Jeff Bezos was in Star Trek Beyond, but he was under makeup, that sort of thing. They've done a lot of it under makeup, but they'll let somebody come in and play an alien. But to me, it's distracting when it's someone who's not an actor who just likes Star Trek and wants to be on it.
Ziggy Top that was a Vorta or something like that.
Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. Look, I was close. I was close.
You were close.
You're right. So close.
Ziggy Stardust played a Vorta. No. No, yes, Iggy Pop played a Vorta, and I wouldn't say that he was a highlight as an actor in that episode. It's always kind of distracting. I don't dislike. I mean, I don't hate it or anything. It's just
I didn't know who he was.
Yeah.
So.
And I think it's a whole different thing if it's somebody who's just doing a voiceover, because it's I mean, the way that they did the Stacey Abrams one was definitely stunty. The way that they did the reveal of who this new president is was just so, I mean, it was anyway. Right. But having just a guy doing a voiceover, it doesn't seem that I mean, who cares if it's Stephen Colbert? Right. It doesn't affect the show in any way.
You go ahead. You go ahead with your thought.
No, I'm done.
Okay. So the one thing I will say about voiceover actors, I could not watch Jack Quaid on The Boys anymore after Lower Decks had started.
Because he sounds like Boimler.
All I could see was Boimler, and my brain put purple hair on him, and it was very weird, and I couldn't watch it anymore.
Okay.
So I don't know how much the fact that it's a voiceover is going to take me out of it or not, because all I see is his face. Because Stephen Colbert also has a very distinct voice.
Yeah, one thing that I found encouraging is that Stephen Colbert is someone who's not been popular with the current administration in Washington, for instance. And I know that Paramount generally, since the acquisition especially, has been leaning sort of more like currying favor, right? Because they have the thing with CBS News and all this stuff going on. So it's encouraging to me that this is still happening and they're able to announce it and everything. Now, how long this will last now, because this was made before the acquisition and the Ellisons took over. So we'll see what happens. But I find it encouraging that they're still, forward. I mean, because it is a statement, right? Like Stephen Colbert, in addition to being just a funny guy, there's a lot of people who are funny, but he also has an ideological bent to him that I think is in line with Star Trek. And he's a big Star Trek fan.
Yeah. Agreed.
Okay.
Well,
do we want to go ahead and jump into the trailer and stop midway for the promo, or do you want to do a promo first and then jump into the mid?
Let's do a promo. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let me pick one. I'm going to pick one at random. That one.
And we're back. And we're going to be going through some images from the new trailer for Starfleet Academy, which is pretty exciting. I got to admit, I'm looking forward to this show. Like everything I've seen about it so far, I find pretty encouraging. There's things about it that I'm going to nitpick because I
Of
do,
course.
but
That's what we do.
let's go ahead and jump in. And
Yeah.
a lot of these we can sort of talk over because not every one of them is a huge revelation or anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, just starting off, we have a really nice shot here. I think this is in the first trailer as well of Athena docked at Starfleet Academy. And they made a point in the panel again which we've learned before, that the Athena essentially is Starfleet Academy. Like there's the campus is a starship which docks here in San Francisco, but then they treat it sort of like they compare it to like a teaching hospital where the cadets will also learn. It's a way for them to have space adventures and not just be in school, but to also be in school.
So is it just the saucer part that docks, like,
no,
or is the wings part of it?
It looks like the wings are part of it as well, but we'll have some other shots as well where that's not quite so clear cut. But we don't know if this transforms in some way, if this is just like docking mode, or if those wings are always forward.
Yeah, or if there's like a body to it.
Yeah, right. There's more shots of it in the trailer as well. But I think this is just a really nice image.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I didn't watch the panel. Okay. I haven't seen it yet. So I assumed that this ship was part of the Academy. But it's the whole of the Academy?
There's little buildings around it. They described it as the ship is the Academy, like the campus is the starship. Yeah. But whether there's additional campus around that, right. I don't know. If it's like, the main building is the starship and there's other buildings as well, that I don't know.
Right.
It's like floating buildings in the background.
Yeah, this is 32nd century Earth, so they threw in some interesting things.
Yeah. We have detached nacelles, now we have detached skyscrapers.
Right. So we cut to space and we pull back to reveal the new character. I think his name is Caleb, as a child, and his mother.
Yep.
And it appears that his mother gets taken away by our bad guy.
Yeah.
So we have some sort of evocative imagery there. She's getting hauled off, and Caleb's...
Is it by the bad guy, or is it by... Because it looks like he's in chains as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we're seeing in sequence, but it seems like... Because there's a scene in the trailer where he sort of shouts at Caleb, like, remember how much you hate me. It'll keep you warm at night. Now, whether there's more to the story, we don't know. We're probably seeing this through Caleb's recollections.
Yeah.
So there could be a mystery to this being solved, or I could have it entirely wrong. Who knows? But we have here the bad guy in the show. And young Caleb.
A little Caleb.
See, here's where he's shouting at him. But you're right. He does.
He is restrained. Interesting.
Now, his little teddy bear stuck out to me. It reminds me of Muffet from Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, it does.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder how many we'll see these at DragonCon.
Oh, please someone make them. I will buy them.
It looks like it has little robot eyes. It might crawl around on its own.
I don't want one that crawls around on its own. I want a stuffed version. Thank you.
And then we have younger Holly Hunter. I like that they threw back to like the pre-Discovery uniforms. Like this looks like to be right in line with when Discovery first arrived in the 32nd century. Not necessarily in timeline, but just in style.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing about this show is how many different damn uniform designs do we need? It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Yep. And then we had some sort of spacey, not the best planet looking place. And then we had a shuttle flying over this industrial looking planet. And then here's Caleb, all grown up. And it looks like he's maybe the same industrial planet, but he's in a bar or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that maybe Tilly walking in there with the red
hair? I
think
that's Holly Hunter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
With the red light hitting her blonde hair. Yeah. That makes more sense. That looks more like Holly Hunter size.
And here she is talking to him.
Yeah.
And sort of recruiting him for the Academy. So I guess she's been looking for him for 15 years and then finally finds him and talks him into joining Starfleet. Because in Star Trek, that's like the most noble thing you can do is join Starfleet. That's like everyone's ultimate destination.
Yeah.
I like the shuttle. The shuttle itself, the style of the seats and stuff kind of reminded me of the early Discovery when Burnham was a prisoner and he was being transported, but with more of the organic looking, like the curvy 32nd century style to it.
Yeah.
To me, this is evocative of Burnham when she was on that, transport shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Starfleet branding is still all over it. You see Starfleet logos everywhere.
It's weird. It's upside down and sideways.
No, it's not. It's that it's the Discovery style in the future where it's like half of it's blacked out and half of it's not.
Yeah.
But it looks like
This is the Delta right here.
I hadn't even noticed that. I'm glad you pointed that out.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
And here I'm going to point out that we've got her looking at a hologram, because there's a lot of scenes in this trailer where people are holding pads, and they had kind of done away with pads in the 32nd century that we saw. You had a lot of what they call the Tricon badges, where everything appears. Everything sort of appears in hologram out of their badge.
Mm-hmm.
And that looks like more like what she's got here. She may be holding something in her hand. I'm not certain. But we see a lot of pads later in the trailer, which I think is worth pointing out.
That's a welcome return as far as I'm concerned.
Shuttle, and here he is approaching it, and she's very pleased, and she's in her current uniform. And this is I mean, a bit evocative of the motion picture, the looking and lovingly at the ship as we approach, which I imagine this is going to be the debut of the ship on the show. But we get, and this there's some more images of this later, but this appears to be sort of a docking ring with the ship inside it. But then behind it, you can see like the same class of ship as the USS Nog that we saw in Discovery.
Yeah.
And then this one as well, which maybe that was the Neo Constitution? Was that what they called that one on Discovery? I don't remember. But also some sort of city ship looking space facilities.
Yeah, the city ship looking space facility is what I thought was the school.
Okay.
I didn't realize it was a single ship.
Yeah.
So cut to here, and you see the Athena, pretty good top view of it, and it appears to be in sort of a docking ring, because these there's a picture of it in a moment, but these things retract.
Yeah.
Now I tried to look up online to see if March 9th, 2023 was anything significant. It's probably like somebody's grandma's birthday or something who's on the production team.
Birthday? Someone's kid's birthday. That's like 2 years ago.
Oh, that's true. You're right. 2023 would be like someone's child's birthday. What I found was that
was that his kid's birthday?
No, but what I found was that the Star Trek Picard episode No Win Scenario debuted on that day. Was the only Star Trek related trivia I found for March 9th, 2023. Or it could be someone passed away that day. Who knows?
Yeah.
Now, I was making a joke because the reason that the Discovery was NCC 1013 or 1031 was because like Brian Fuller loves Halloween.
Loves Halloween.
Like yeah. But 2023 is the Athena's registry number. And then here you can see the sort of docking thing retracting there. And then we have Caleb. I try to get this image here because it looks kind of like a transporter doorway thing he appears through.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It has sort of you can see the frame of the doorway thing to it. And you see this lady back here with a pad.
Oh, yeah.
I
didn't notice her before.
Yeah, as he appears in the academy, he sort of transports in this doorway thing.
And apparently it like automatically cleans up his hair and changes his
clothes. That's what I got from this, because he's like, my hair. He has that sort of look. Yeah. So I don't know if he
look at his eyebrow. He's doing like the Spock eyebrow.
Right. And that's kind of because it's kind of a trope where like when especially old war movies, when you go off to war and then they buzz your head.
Yeah.
I guess this is the modern day equivalent. The future equivalent of that is the transporter gives you the regulation haircut. Although we do see people later who don't have the regulation haircut. So maybe they got
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. So January 15th is our release date. But this is a pretty nice shot of Athena sitting there.
Yeah.
Now it's possible that what I'm thinking of are sort of the wings are a docking facility of some kind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we'll see once the show debuts. But you're right. There's a lot of floating things floating around.
Yeah, which is something that we saw in the first trailer that I noticed that I'm really intrigued by. I love that idea.
Yeah, and something we'll see later, we've seen before actually, was the port of San Francisco, and we've got a ship
in the water
floating there.
Yeah.
Now Earth has been insular for quite a long time, so whether and then we know that at least as of Enterprise, there was still a Navy, because Malcolm Reed's family were Navy people, and they were annoyed that he went to space instead of joining the Navy.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I thought it was interesting that there's still I mean, why wouldn't you? I guess everything doesn't have to float in the air. Things can float on the sea as well, right?
True.
So here's a good shot of that big set that they've been touting.
That's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
Yeah. And I like the little pond, and I've seen some other shots where there's little like spacey looking plants growing in it and things like that. But I mean, the biggest, I don't know if it's got to be bigger than the Promenade, I would think, because they've been describing it as the biggest standing set in North America. But it's sort of like the Promenade.
Yeah.
You know, it sort of gives me that vibe of you get the upper level and the lower level, and
it's like if this is the school, then this is the Commons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's such a great set.
And hopefully we'll get to spend some time here. I mean, I'm sure we will because they spent so much money on it. But hopefully they'll give it some personality. Like the Promenade, I just feel like you feel like you've lived there.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
exactly.
You know the spot where where Jake and Nog hang out, and the shops, and you know what I mean. Like it feels like a lived-in place.
Exactly.
Now, one thing I'll say is this feels a lot more shiny and new. I guess it's supposed to be in the story
Yeah.
than the Promenade ever did, because the Promenade was designed not to be, right?
Yeah.
And then you get some more of these dot robots flying, and they appear at various points in the trailer. I'm just not a big fan of the dot robots. I don't really like droids in Star Trek. Here you go, Alan.
Yes. Best character in the history of Star Trek.
That's interesting. Her badge is like a ship with the nacelles and the Starfleet emblem.
Well, that appears to be the Academy badge, because it appears throughout that everyone has this sort of interesting badge. Now, the first thing that jumped out at me was because I'm always complaining about anytime there's buttons or pockets or zippers on Star Trek, and we're 1,000 years in the future, and they've gone back to zippers.
Hey, man, if it works, it's timeless.
There's a main character in the background of the scene.
Oh, there is?
No, in the lower. One? Yes. No, wait.
Oh, this one.
That one. Yes.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, sure is.
Yeah, she doesn't have her whistle. We've seen a previous shot where Jet Reno in the previous trailer had a whistle. She doesn't have her whistle here, but I look forward to them giving it. Maybe they decided it was a bad idea for Jet Reno to have a whistle. Maybe it got taken away.
Could be.
All right, so here we go. And we've got
Tilly. Yay, finally, we get a shot of Tilly.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
I like the variant of their two uniforms where it has that sort of 7 shape, like the 2 points of a triangle, essentially. I like the way that looks, and you see that she's holding a pad there that has the Academy sort of logo on it, and she has the Academy badge as well. You know, teaching the cadets, and the reports are that we'll only get her in the one episode.
In one?
That's what they've. The report that came out from Trek Movie that we talked about. Oh, I guess you weren't on the show last week, or maybe it was the week before. That there was a source that Trek Movie had that said that she appears in one of the episodes.
Oh,
so whether that proves to be true or not, I guess we'll see.
I know.
But it's disappointing because we've been primed for the Tilly show for quite a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And here we have our new hologram character. I haven't memorized everybody's name yet, but she has a pad there in her hand. They have a little bit in the trailer where someone's trying to shake her hand and she doesn't know what they're doing, which is sort of classic I'm a new life form kind of shtick, you know.
The pocket looks really weird. It looks like there's 2 levels to the pocket. Like it's I don't know. I don't like it.
I do like these uniforms though.
Pad in hand.
Other than the weird pocket, I like it.
Shiny floors again.
Is she called Joy?
No, she's got something acclamation mill. I don't remember her name. But it's something like that.
Wasn't it Sam?
It might be Sam.
Was it Jim Bob?
I would have remembered Sam, but you might be right. Sam,
because you said acclamation bill. That's the AM.
You might be right.
Simulated I don't know.
Yeah, you might be right. And here, so she, extending her hand as well. Another one of our main characters. And you pointed out this is in a previous trailer, but the ladies have skirts, at least optional skirts. I don't know if they always wear skirts or not. And we've got right from the jump a scene with her and the doctor.
Yes.
I'm
so excited to have him back.
Another pad.
Another pad. And then in the background
he has a more classic shoulder piece thing to his. I know it has like the weird.
Well, maybe a deliberate homage back to Voyager.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
The blue shoulders.
Yeah, with the gray shoulders and the.
But you see that in the back there, it's orientation day. here at the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Here we have just a pretty standard looking gymnasium.
Yeah.
I don't see a basketball goal, at least in this shot, but they're all, doing like you'd expect in a gym. And then my favorite character in the show, even though I haven't seen it yet, our half Klingon, half Jem'Hadar lady.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what she's all about.
Mm-hmm. I know. I don't know anything about her, but I know you don't want her to be your coach in gym class.
Right. I like how some of the guys, even the girls apparently have like weird short sleeves, and some of them have the full.
Yeah, they got workout clothes.
Yeah,
well, some of
like
them
their
are
gym
wearing.
clothes.
Some of them are wearing long sleeves.
Oh, that's true.
Most of them are.
That's true.
Except for, I guess, the men who want to show off their shoulders and the one lady.
Mm-hmm. Who also wants to show off her shoulders, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I like this version of the logo. I wish this was the Academy emblem.
Yeah, that looks really nice.
That looks nice.
I like the chrome, and I like the sort of like rings, like a Saturn almost.
Mm-hmm.
I like the look of that.
Yeah, it's very sharp. I dig it.
And this guy, who's the main character as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, I hear an echo of us.
Okay, we'll just keep going.
Okay.
And then here, now I'd mentioned this before that I was hoping these were like simulation outfits and not tactical outfits. And that does seem to be the case, at least in this trailer. I hope they're not also tactical outfits because they got way too many glowing targets on them to be an actual tactical gear.
I know. They are not made for stealth.
Right. But they appear to be in a simulation here. And I was trying to get a better shot of these phasers. There's not really a better shot, but new Star Trek seems to have just gone across the board back to gun-like phasers, no matter what era you're in. Where the TNG era had moved away from phasers that look like guns.
Yeah.
The dust busters and so forth. Yeah, but now I guess we went right back. But see, this thing they're shooting at appears to be a hologram.
Yeah.
So
and that looks more like the what's it called? Where you run around and shoot other people with a fake gun.
Laser tag?
Laser tag. It looks like laser tag vest.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that actually. Yeah, they do look like laser tag.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That's true. Maybe it's registering hits against you and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Me having like insights and stuff.
I know.
I'm proud of myself.
And here I guess they win. They celebrate. So here we got a nice wide shot of the bridge of the Athena.
Yes.
So what do you think of the bridge of the Athena?
It's okay.
Mm-hmm. The chairs have the little delta on them at the base.
Everything has a delta. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the Starfleet and new Trek is in particular. Starfleet branding is on it.
Right.
In the branding department are going to make sure you know it's Starfleet.
Oh, geez.
I've just not been so thrilled about any of the bridges on any of the modern shows.
Yeah.
They're nice. They're fine. And the Strange New Worlds one is better than most of the other ones, but
yeah.
So it's okay. It fits right along with what we saw on Discovery, and it's fine.
Well, it feels less advanced than a lot of the stuff we saw. I mean, a lot of the set designs in this does. The 32nd century, like the Starfleet Command that we saw, the station. Remember, everything was very smooth, very white, very it made it feel more futuristic. This feels more of a, and maybe it's deliberate on Starfleet's part to have more of a throwback design aesthetic, trying to get back to that age of adventure.
Yes.
So you've got some chrome and some red and things like that.
Yeah. It's fine.
I do like the very thin consoles. I think those are pretty sharp looking.
Yeah, true.
And I like that there's sort of a couple of layers of consoles, but I do like it's a circular bridge. And you don't have, at least here, I mean, you've got some wall panels, but you don't have a bunch of stations around the outside of the bridge.
Yeah.
And everyone's sort of facing
from this angle.
And everyone's sort of facing outward, it seems like.
Yeah.
Where Trek sort of moved away from that over the years, where people were facing in towards the cap because it's easier to stage. You cut over someone's shoulder and you got someone looking at camera as well.
Yes.
But I think it's sharp. I don't think it feels 32nd century necessarily, but maybe it will in the show.
True.
This to me doesn't feel like it would be out of bounds on like Strange New Worlds.
Yes.
If they
totally
came across a ship like this. It looks
especially the ceiling. The ceiling is very 60s looking.
And we're like 900 years later. But again, if they're trying to get back to an age of adventure, maybe they're deliberately trying to evoke that on the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in universe, I mean.
Yeah.
Right.
It'd be funny to listen to this in the future when I know everybody's name and be saying like, here's this lady again.
She has sparkly forehead ridges.
Yeah.
And I commented on that on the first trailer. I like her look, her makeup look.
Yeah.
That easily could have been a TNG character of the week.
Yeah.
Totally.
Here's this shot. This is the same shot we've seen previously of the port of San Francisco with the what appears to be
quarks.
There we go.
Yes.
And I saw this pointed out elsewhere in the last trailer, but these appear to be the season 1 Discovery shuttles that are just flying around. So I guess those things were made to last.
What's the king something or another
King
in the pineapple?
Mai? Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I'm guessing just a restaurant. On the new Trek, they tend to make the future cities kind of Blade Runner-y.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, this lady was on the panel, and on the panel, they commented that she's a Betazoid.
Oh.
Yes.
And I've seen elsewhere on the internet that she's like the daughter of the Chancellor of Beta Z or something like that.
Oh, nice.
She has a secret, she has a power, that sort of thing.
But she's not one of our main characters.
She either main character or recurring, because
she's got to be a recurring character.
Yeah, because she becomes prominent in this trailer. I do like, if this is Beta Z, I like the style of it.
Yeah,
I like this is a nice alien look to this planet.
Yeah,
and I think this either this guy or the other guy or both are having a relationship with her of some kind. You know how it goes. It's a teen drama,
right?
We got a scene with this guy being carried around in a chair. I kind of like they're just orange chairs.
Hey, there's an actual Ferengi.
I think that's probably one of the new Ferengi that you don't care for. Look at his ears.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the 32nd century Ferengi.
Boo.
They could have like a bunch of other characters in this are crossbreeds. The Ferengi they could be half something else.
Yeah, or species evolve.
I don't approve.
Several of our main characters here.
Yep, our new Klingon.
Yeah, and
it's interesting. He doesn't just have forehead ridges; he has like temple ridges.
Yeah, they got to change it up in some way. But he looks more Klingon than some previous Klingons have.
Oh, but go back in, because the most important detail of all, bubblegum has survived into the 32nd century.
There you go. Bubblegum and bananas. Then here we had some Klingons, and this appears to be a flashback for him, but Klingons with bows and arrows.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if we've ever seen Klingons with bows and arrows before.
They have very interesting with that one with the. I don't know if that's like warrior makeup, because the one part only looks like an eyebrow and the other part looks like makeup.
It looks like a little ring, like a piercing.
Yeah, the thing that goes down.
Well, you're talking about the ridge along his eye, right? And then there's also a piercing there.
Yeah.
Oh, is that a ridge along his eye? I thought
that's what it looks like.
I mean, like below it, I could see a little ridge thing there going on, but the other thing.
Yeah, I mean they've played a bit with the makeup, but they look. I just got a shot of the arrow here, but they look Klingon-y. I mean they've had some fun with the sides there and that sort of thing, which is sort of the area where you could usually spot the seam on Worf, especially on HD.
Right.
But he looks like a Klingon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He's got kind of a Kern look about him.
There you go.
I like how tall his forehead goes up like a point.
He's just a tall dude anyway.
Yeah. And he has like a Klingon voice in the trailer. So I don't know if that's going to be his voice throughout the show. Or
I hope so.
Or kind of like on early SG-1 when Teal'c had a funny voice and he toned it down as the show went on.
So he's like, I can't keep this up. I'm going to lose my voice.
Right. Can't do this for 10 hours a day for 10 years. This, I think it's a Klingon ship. And it looks sort of evocative.
It looks like a Klingon ship.
It looks kind of like a Discovery era Klingon ship. But it looks like we're going to get a little Klingon action in this trailer. At least a flashback. Yep. Now, I made sure I got a frame here where you can see he has normal looking teeth. Like human looking teeth. And not Klingon-y teeth. But I think
maybe he's good. Like 1/8 human.
Maybe. But I think it looks good though.
Yeah.
I do kind of hope Klingons, because part of the 90s Klingons thing is talking through the teeth. They're always having to talk through their teeth. But that sort of adds to the aesthetic, I think. Then they even did it on Lower Decks. They had some characters that Klingon women who sound like they're talking through their teeth. Some shots here. They've got these hoodies that pop up throughout the trailer, which I imagine are going to be for sale shortly.
I hadn't even noticed that.
Yeah, they've got
with the weird like multicolored stripes, and I can't tell what they mean.
Well, it might just be the different divisions.
Yeah.
So command and sciences and engineering and what's the
Maybe medical.
Medical.
Medical is white.
Well,
Yeah.
on old Star Trek, it was blue.
But that's also sciences.
I know. Because
But it looks like it's black. The
Well,
fourth one is black.
well, you might be right.
Black is just a border, I think.
Well, that could be security or tactical or something. It could be Section 31.
That's what I was going to say.
Would you be surprised?
No. I would be horrified, but I would not be surprised.
But I gotta imagine you'll be able to buy one of these in the Star Trek shop before long.
I hope so.
I will have one.
Oh, look on the zipper. It has Delta on the zipper.
Of course it does.
Good grief. That's like in the 80s when Doctor Who decided to put question marks on everything.
Right.
Jeez. That's just overkill as far as I'm concerned.
No, that was out of focus.
Wait, we have some comments.
Oh, you want to grab comments?
Hang on.
I've just gotten, because Chuck has them all on this other screen over here, so I'm not looking at the screen where the comments are. I look over and there's only 3 new comments, but I was like, oh no, we missed all these comments.
Well, Elaine, under the 3rd profile that she's used in this show, says that she loves Tig Notaro. I mean, how do you not love Tig Notaro?
Mm-hmm.
Matt says, now, does the Beta Z character possess the sacred chalice of Reeks? Let's hope so.
We don't know, but I hope so.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see that it's passed down into safe hands. And then Matt also says, maybe they just came from the club and still have their wristbands. Oh, that's funny.
I hope
That's hilarious.
I wouldn't put it past it, but here we have the Betazoid character in Caleb, smooching.
in leather outfits.
There's gonna be some hanky panky going on. That's cool.
There was just a post today about this on this day in Star Trek. People dropped a curse word for the first time or something like that.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
So here's a better shot of her. She was on the panel, and she revealed on the panel that her character is a Betazoid.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
But she seems to have kind of a power as well that we'll see here in a minute in the trailer. Here's Caleb. So here she is doing her power, which looks like I don't know, like a Banshee scream kind of a deal, or an emotional release, or kind of emotion powers.
Yeah, maybe she can use her powers as a weapon.
And her thing kind of in the trailer, she has a line where she's like, I hurt people. It's all kind of X-Men-y. Here we have the Doctor looking delighted to be there.
Oh, he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
He's just the greatest.
Yeah, I'm excited to have him on the show.
Yes.
Me too.
And I know people like to say, like, I hope it's the Doctor from the backup Doctor or whatever that was. It's just got to be the Doctor. It just needs to be the Doctor that experienced Prodigy and Voyager. I don't need some weird backup Doctor. The Doctor, it just needs to be the Doctor.
Yeah,
He's had all these experiences over the last 900 years.
Well, that's something he said in an interview, was that, you know, he's lost all these people he's cared about over the years, but he's digital, so the memories don't fade. So for him, like the death of Janeway would feel just as recent now as it did 800 years ago.
See, I know he's wearing white, which I know means that he is still a medical tool, we'll say, because he's an AI, but he is also Starfleet history. He is, I mean, because you know that a lot of stuff has been lost over the years, and Starfleet didn't exist for a long time, and the Federation, whatever. So he has record of all that stuff. That's amazing.
But also like not even like a horse to girl, just like a first person recollection.
Yeah.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
So it's like just from his perspective and things he's read.
Oh, I'd love to hear I want a book where he's narrating it about the burn and his experiences of the burn.
Sure, yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So here we are back with the training outfits, but here they look like they're on a smashed up bridge.
Yeah, so simulation.
Yeah. Presumably. Now, if the simulator's on the ship, like something real bad could be going on and they're just still wearing their vests.
So in the lower left corner, is that one of the main characters, or is
I
he
don't
a
think so.
tertiary character?
I don't think it is either.
recognize him.
I don't feel like he's gonna have a long life.
No, I don't think so either.
It's not good.
Three
If you're...
main characters and you're the one not main character. not good odds.
Wait, all of y'all's names are in the credits. Oh no. So here I got a shot of Paul Giamatti's boots. Paul Giamatti himself making an entrance. Sort of a shot of his makeup. He was in motion here, so there wasn't a real clean photo. But now that he's supposed to be half Klingon, half Tellarite.
Yeah.
Which you really wouldn't get from the makeup.
No.
But I mean,
why did he have the weird pointiness to the ears?
I don't know. I mean,
that didn't come from Tellarites.
Maybe
he's got a third half somewhere in there.
Tellarun.
Same place the Ferengi got their weird pointy ears from.
So here we have a shot of Holly Hunter. Caleb again. And I got to imagine that's the Betazoid lady putting her hands on his face like that.
That's what I was assuming also.
Right? Yeah. Paul Giamatti and Caleb. And I was trying to get a shot of this, what appears to be a phaser.
Is he handing it to him or something?
I don't know what's going down. I think he hit him with it. Because look at his face. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And we'll get a better shot of this in a minute, but he has an interesting hairdo. And he grabs Caleb and picks him up. Now here, there's a shot of the ship, but it's all clouded. I couldn't spot the rings, like what I was thinking of as the wings. Now maybe they're there. Maybe this is them. Like just maybe they are there. But you see sort of a shot of the deflector here. And then they're shooting at it. Now you get a shot of Paul Giamatti's tic-tac-toe hairdo.
Yes.
Which is interesting.
Weird.
I like it.
Do you think it's going to take off? Are we all going to do tic-tac-toe this time next year in our hair?
I'm
Dragon
not.
Con?
I'm sure many people are.
But it's also a better shot of the weird ear.
Yeah, his weird ear. You got new weird ears.
Yeah.
What's the tattoo on his neck? Is it something?
Not that I've been able to determine. I'm sure it may be something.
It kind of looks Bajoran.
Kind of a prison tat, I would think.
Yeah.
And his interesting outfit that looks like it's made of chains or has chains on it. And then, but this is a hologram because she blows it and it dissolves. Which isn't really how holograms work, but I guess we'll roll with
it. She's doing it for effect.
Right. And then you get a shot here, which I presume is Holly Hunter's office.
Yeah.
I kind of like. I like the stained glass look.
I do too. That's really
all
cool
kinds
looking.
of like ships in her background. What are they? Anything significant?
I mean, that looks like Voyager.
Yeah, I was about to say that looks like Voyager.
That's an Oberth, maybe the Grissom. That looks like a Crossfield class, maybe.
That's what
it looks sort of triangular there.
Yeah,
but not the Discovery type with the long nacelles. Like it would be the. I mean, it could be an Enterprise D, just a weird angle, but it looks like the original Crossfield, like the original design they used for the Crossfield class.
Yeah,
that looks like an Excelsior, maybe.
It does, kind of.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get better shots of these as the episode comes out. But a lot of little Easter egg ships there, and Holly Hunter's. You know,
is
it's
that
like
a harp in her little like basket of stuff, or is that just a cane? And it happens.
Like some probably canes. You know, probably.
Okay, it's just a cane, a bunch of canes, and it happens to look.
Yeah, maybe things picked up on her adventures.
Also, I think it's super interesting that she has a lamp.
And
that's something you don't see a lot of.
And it looks like a vintage lamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like maybe there's a power cord for the lamp.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's the cool teacher who hangs out with her bare feet on the desk when she's not being a captain.
Yes, but she's with Caleb. So they apparently she thinks they have some kind of closer connection than she would with a normal cadet.
Sure. But she's also said, Holly Hunter has said that sort of the interesting thing about her character is that she's a starship captain, but also the chancellor of the academy. So also like a mentor and support for the students. So not just a commanding officer. So maybe this is her teacher side.
Okay. In the far left in the wallpaper there, is it a Starfleet emblem in the middle?
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be?
They're everywhere.
But these maybe, I don't know, are these planets in the
design
of the wallpaper?
Maybe.
That's cool.
But I think it's probably here we're seeing a different side of her, because I'd imagine she wouldn't be hanging out like this on the bridge, right? This is her sort of connecting with the student.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes a comment about why is everything around here a lesson, and she says it's school. Some different angles in the ship. It's not too many though, but that brings us almost to the end of the trailer here. Another lamp, some knickknacks. I like her office. I like the look of it. I
do too.
I don't think we've ever seen a starship with. Have we ever seen a starship with stained glass before on Star Trek?
No.
Yeah.
But it makes it look like just mainly the coloration and the basic design just looks like you're looking through windows to outside.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm presuming this is on a ship because this might be outside. Because now that we're talking about it, I see plants out here.
Oh yeah. Well, maybe that wall of her office faces the arboretum or something.
Could be, or it could be like Captain Pike's cabin where he has that fake window where you can see things out there.
Yes.
Or it could be that this is on Earth.
That's what I think too.
Yeah. Because it's also very straight looking walls. Yeah, it could be her house. Another shot of the ship, and you don't really get good angles of the ships to see if I'm interested to see if those wings are always on the ship or if it separates from the wings. But you have some kind of Klingon-y looking ship here. Maybe it's a little Jim Hadari, but I don't want to get my hopes up. I guess there could be Jim Hadar ship because there's a Jim Hadar character on the show.
I mean
that wouldn't be out.
So are they going to be founders?
I don't know.
Ooh.
I'd love to have some kind of resolution to that of what's going on with the founders.
And
there's a Jim Hadar.
I was saying it looks kind of Klingon-y, looks kind of Jim Hadari. It could be both.
Yeah.
Because she's half Klingon, half Jim Hadar. So
it could be a whole colony of them.
Yeah.
They could be their own species with a new name.
Smooching. We'll get plenty of smooching on this show.
He's like shoving his fingers into her mouth.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey man. Don't be shaming Betazoids for what they like.
And then we had a ship flying over some rocky crags, and then this, which I couldn't tell if it was a statue in space or a frozen body. I'm guessing it's a frozen body.
It looks frozen body to me.
Yeah. Some running around on the ship. And then this incoming transmission hologram, some more holograms. So maybe like the cadets in the academy, the school section maybe has pads, and then when we're in action, we still have the holograms. I wouldn't want them to. I do like
Klingon in the background, like a Worf style Klingon with a little wrapped ponytail.
I do like pads, is what I was going to say, but I don't want them to forget about the developments that they had on Discovery.
Yes.
I don't want them to walk back.
Right.
Go ahead with what you were saying, Veronica.
There's like a Klingon with like a Worf style Klingon with the little wrapped braid.
You can't really tell if that's an alien. That head doesn't look necessarily Klingon to me. It could be. You might be right.
We shall see. January 15th.
Mm-hmm. And then a nice shot of them just looking out at Earth and all the space dock facilities and things.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta imagine these Letterman jackets are gonna be for sale too.
Dude, those are nice jackets.
Yeah,
those are nice jackets.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what the little thing above the S means. Because obviously the S is Starfleet, but like what's the little emblem above it? Because that's gotta be like whatever
could be
cool club you're a part of.
Yeah, maybe. And then Starfleet Academy coming January 15th.
Man, it's 8:58.
I know, that's why I'm trying to speed it up. So what do you think? You excited?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love what we're seeing here. It's gonna have a different tone.
Yes.
It's more YA than what we're accustomed to. But I think that fits with because you got young characters. I think that fits with the premise, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, totally.
And I've always enjoyed like the teen dramas. Like I still watch teen drama sometimes.
Yeah.
So. Well, hey, now you're going to get one in space.
That's I know, right?
Lots of smooching. And fingers and mouths.
Elaine wonders what the tic-tac-toe hair symbolizes. I'm sure it's something.
I'm sure.
It could just be an artifact of just being in prison. Maybe that's what they do for fun.
Too.
Give each other tic-tac-toe haircuts.
Yeah. Or he was branded in some way before prison. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be.
Could be anything. Or he could just like it.
Yeah, it's just quirky.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that's fine. I like doing that. I'm looking forward to this show. It's got a lot that I think to look forward to. It's a lot of opportunity to be Star Trek, but also different from Star Trek we've seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, Alan, where can people find more of you?
CosmicCreative.com. KOZMIC Creative.com. And the little ad that I ran early in the episode, I'm going to have to update very soon.
Nice.
Yay.
And how about us, Veronica?
nerdy.com.
That's right. If you're in the Atlanta area, you can find us on November the 8th. We'll be at the Halloween Puck and Puppet Show at the Center for Puppetry Arts. And then we'll be appearing at Conjuration as well. Is that the weekend of the 16th?
14th and 15th, I think.
Okay.
Whatever that Saturday and Sunday are. We have a show on Saturday and a show on Sunday. We've gotten semi-confirmed times, but I'm not going to actually confirm them yet.
Yeah. So look for that. And then where else can people find us?
Monkeying Around, a podcast about the monkeys.
That's right. Did we decide, are we going live Sunday? I know it's in our chat, but we did confirm that.
Sunday?
I don't know. Elaine might know. But keep an eye on Monkeying Around, and we'll let you know if we're going live on Sunday.
My brain was on Earth Station Traditional. Sorry.
All right. Where else? Do you have a closing for us this week?
Smooches.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll be live on Thursday evenings talking about legacy Star Trek topics until January 15th, when we'll be talking about the new Star Trek episodes.
All right. Everybody take care. See you next Thursday.
Bye.